if you ever think something's bad, there is always a chance that it could get significantly worse. We've been saying that for years when it comes to Disney Star Wars, yet somehow they continue to do it. And we heard the other day that Leslye Headland's got some plans for season 2, Chris. The Acolyte showrunner has 4 or 5 major mysteries she'd like to address in potential season 2. Disney hasn't officially renewed The Acolyte for season 2 yet. Yeah, I wonder why. But showrunner Leslye Headland is already thinking about what episode or what more episodes could address. In a spoiler-filled interview with Entertainment Weekly, Headland said she has, quote, 4 or 5 major mysteries she'd like to touch on in potential second season. That being said, she isn't necessarily counting on it. Something I've noticed is first seasons will end on what should have been the break into Act 2, she told EW. It feels like everyone's really expecting their shows to get a second season, and I don't feel that's a good idea. I threw everything into season 1 because who knows what's going to happen. Previously, she had made other comments where she could see the Acolyte expanding, but she wanted to feel like a legitimately whole story on its own. If you want to feel like a whole story, how do you have 4 or 5 major mysteries from this plot that you want to address? And I can't even name what those would be. Like at this point in time, Chris, the only mysteries we have left for this show are what actually happened 16 years ago with the fire between the Jedi and the witches and everything. Like what actually happened there? And then are the Jedi going to cover this up, or are they not going to find out about the Sith? Those are the only mysteries we have left in the show.
I think one of the mothers is coming back. One of the mothers is definitely coming back in some way. Alan and I were talking. Do you think that the stranger is Palpatine or Plagueis or connected to that in some way?
So he confirmed, there's been a lot of speculation, right? Because the way he even said, the Jedi might call me a Sith, like whatever. In an interview that dropped on Entertainment Weekly the day after the episode of The Acolyte, he confirmed, Manny Jacinto, the actor, confirmed, like, this is what we wanted to do for this Sith Lord. So I don't think he's any of those named Sith. And there's people like, well, you know, Plagueis would only be 10 years old at this time. None of that shit matters. Look at what they've done with Ki-Adi-Mundi. Like, none of that shit fucking matters. They do not care. They will bastardize anything they fucking can. I think there's a chance. I don't think this guy's a master. I think this guy's a Sith apprentice. That's what I think. And I think he's looking for an acolyte to maybe potentially when he decides to take on whoever his master is, blah, blah, blah. That's my feelings. I don't think he's an actual master.
Maybe his master is Plagueis.
Maybe this is like one of Plagueis's apprentices who, that in their mind, he gets fucking caught and maybe he gets killed somehow. I don't fucking know. But I don't know. I don't think Manny Jacinto thinks he's gonna get killed based on the way he's talked. So,
and he's really good in the show. I gotta say, he actually seems to care about what he's doing. But I'll say this, what's funny, more than any other Disney Plus Star Wars show, we're actually talking about theories. I remember Ahsoka, none of us cared. Also with Obi-Wan or with the Kenobi show, no one cared. Like this, we're actually going into like theories and this, whatever, picking it apart.
The way all these Star Wars shows and even movies work, right? You get the first bit, first movie of a trilogy, Force Awakens. And even though I thought that movie was dog shit, everybody was speculating about what the future was. Everybody had their own theories of who this guy is, who is Rey, like blah, 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 all this shit. What it does is it gives you some hope that like you have this great idea in your head that this is the way they could do so many cool things. But unfortunately, the further along the path they go, the more branches that branch off these theory trees gets eliminated. And typically, you can judge the route they're going to take by saying, if you could do the most uninteresting, stupid shit possible that is reckless with like without abandon towards lore, what would the path be? And that is usually the path they end up carving out. So as the show gets on and on, people get more frustrated and disappointed because, yeah, when it first starts, that first 1 or 2 episodes, there's a bunch of different ways it could go. And then slowly but surely they reveal to you that, no, this is just the dumbest thing they could do.